Hello. Good afternoon. I am Dharmendra Shukla, taking care of food systems and protein for Southeast Asia and Oceania. Most of the people probably in this industry must be knowing what Alfa is. We supply the complete process systems for extraction of isolation of protein, not only from food but feed also. We have already done a small session earlier in AFTEA for insect protein. Today we are trying to target only on the food side, not on the feed side. So any participant or exhibitor, they are interested in plant and equipment for insect processing, please do get in touch with us. So today we will talk about vegetable protein, small potential. I think most of the people sitting here, they know the potential. I don't need to detail too much. And type of raw materials which are being used for extraction of or isolation of protein. The oil seed crop, starchy crop, and this extraction normally requires a lot of water. So how do we manage the water, which was well explained by Haskell team? And I will run through and I will show you what all equipments process which is needed to conserve this particular water. And last, I will tell why Alfa to be selected for this particular process equipments. So plant-based protein, I think most of the people they know. This is like data which is coming from European Vegetable Protein Association. Expected market for protein, plant-based protein will be roughly around 16.3 million. And it is growing by CAGR 5.7. If you see the chart which is on the left side, is showing like the protein, how it is developing the market, mainly from soya protein, wheat protein, to other sources of protein. So when we speak about raw material, there are two types of raw material. One is oily seeds, the other one is starchy crop. So the oily seeds which are there, of course, the most valuable product is coming out is oil. The remainder, which is like from the cake, which is balanced, instead of sending it to the cattle feed, we supply the process where you can isolate the protein and can be sold to a very good price. And from there, you get the animal feed also balance remainder. So here, if you see like oil seed, basically the main is oil. You extract the oil. Remaining cake which is there, that will be used for protein isolation. And mainly for potential feed for oil seeds and vegetables is soybean, sunflower, rapeseed, cottonseed, lupine, and linseed. So we use, our focus will be on not on the oil, our focus will be on the cake. So I give a small example here, like if you have sunflower oil, you extract the oil, the cake which is there in the balance, if you sell in a market only as a animal feed, you lose lot of protein. So if you say 1,000 kgs of sunflower seeds, you get roughly around 423 kgs of oil and 443 kgs of meal. This particular meal will be having almost 32% of protein. So today the alternative protein which is coming, this can be a very resourceful raw material for extraction of protein. And the 443 kgs of meal which is there, 32% will give you roughly around 142 kgs of protein. So this is like a small process flow chart of oil. So you have got oil seed, you do dehulling, you go for pressing, you extract the oil. After extracting the oil, for further recovery of oil, normally you go for solvent extraction. Then you get the white flakes or cake. So this particular white flake or cake which is there, that will be raw material for extraction of protein or isolation of protein. So white flakes which are there, from there, Alfa Laval will supply the complete process technology to extract protein isolate. And in this particular protein isolation, we can give you minimum 80% purity of protein. We separate fiber, and the soluble sugars which are there, that also can be extracted, and to recover oligosaccharides or syrups. A small process flow chart. So white flakes which are there, we know, like, if you increase little pH, the protein will solubilize in that. So after solubilization of protein, we pass it through a centrifugal decanter to separate the soluble protein and fiber, starch. So after extraction of the soluble protein, we precipitate that one, adding acid to isoelectric point, and then we pass it again through decanter to separate the isolated protein. And the secondary wash also we use to extract like whatever fiber is there, so pure fiber goes out, and the remaining protein will be sent back in the protein extraction. And finally we go for washing. So we wash the primary extracted protein to ensure, like, we are getting a minimum 80% purity of protein, and all the sugars are washed out. The second crop is like starchy. So starchy crop, of course, will be having a lot of starch, not only oil. So we need to, from starchy crop, we can get really 3 types of product. One will be starch, protein isolate, and fiber, dietary fiber. A small synopsis. So raw material, we need to go for dehulling. After dehulling, you get the hull out. Hulls will be sold separately, and then you can make a flour. Flour, we follow exactly same way. We solubilize the protein which is there in the flour by increasing the pH. And then starch will be separated out. So we separate starch, we separate protein, and we separate fiber. Alfa Laval process is wet extraction. So left side we don't really deal with until making flour. After flour is extracted, from there we supply complete process line to separate starch, protein, and fiber. And this is like a small process flow chart for that also. So we solubilize the protein by increasing the pH, pass it through decanter. Decanter will separate the starch, fiber, and protein. Protein, again, we precipitate using acid, wash, and the remaining which is there on the solid side will be having fiber and starch. So we supply the complete process for fiber screen separation and starch washing and starch separation. That will go after concentrating to spray dryer. After, because this is going to go for food, we have to see, like, microbial load on the isolated protein has to be under control. So we supply a sterilizer to the concentrated protein isolate, sterilize that one before it goes for spray drying. And we follow UHT process where we rapidly increase the temperature up to 141, 142 degrees centigrade, hold it for 2-3 seconds and cool it down immediately. And Alfa Laval is one, like, in complete process flow chart which I showed you, you found decanter was shown in many places. So this is key equipment and very high performance machine, 100% CI-payable system, which is really needed for any kind of food systems. We all know, like, when you go for protein will be always foaming in nature. So we have a machine which has got pressurized discharge, doesn't really allow the protein to foam, and all the complete process systems can be under control. And being the closed system, the air pickup in the complete process will be very low. Challenges in protein processing is like requirement of water. When you go for a starchy crop, you need normally 1:6 ratio of water. And when you go for oil seed crop, it is roughly around 1:18 ratio. So like Haskell has told, here conservation or recycling of water is very, very important. To do this, Alfa Laval has a complete unit operation. We have got evaporation systems where we concentrate the oligosaccharides which are there to take out the water. And that particular water we polish through membrane filtration to be reutilized. Alfa Laval has this particular evaporator which is like expandable in nature. So same machine can be done with 20-25% additional increase in capacity if it is needed. If it is needed to be increase the capacity, one more effect can be added. So it's very flexible machine. We have a membrane system also. So membrane system which is being used for nanofiltration, reverse osmosis for water. We supply that also. The water which is coming out from the complete process is called whey. So this particular whey which is there cannot be thrown directly in the wastewater because it will be huge amount of power which is needed. So we supply the complete process system for that. So whey which is there, we try to extract the coagulated protein. We increase the temperature by injecting the steam, use decanter to separate out all the coagulated protein. After separating coagulated protein, then we pass it through evaporation, where we concentrate membrane to recover water, which will be recycled back, and then rest of the things can go even for extraction of oligosaccharides. Similarly, we have, whey treatment can go even for water recovery of water soluble protein, effluent, salt which is there, that also we pass it through, like we take out all the recover the salts and then recover water and oligosaccharides by making concentration. We supply CIP system which was well explained by Haskell team. So integration, like we make all the modules one by one to integrate all the Legos to make complete unit operation. Why Alfa Laval? Alfa Laval is leader in separation equipment supply globally. And we have holistic approach to complete wet process line, which I explained. We have got solution for reduced water recovery using wet filtration. And we have a pilot plant testing facility in Soborg. So anyone who wants to really test his product can contact us. We can conduct a small trial for them to see like the product which is coming out from the all unit operations is good. And we have whatever raw materials which is shown, we use case by case the product, we understand that, and then we design the process. We have, which I told, like test and innovation center. So anyone interested can really approach us. We can conduct a small trial for them for isolation of protein. And Alfa Laval is a company like, when we are offering any kind of process solution, fortunately, Alfa Laval product portfolio is very strong. And we are supplying almost every product used in making the components, the module, is produced by Alfa Laval. So we have decanters, separators, evaporators, heat exchanger. Heat exchanger, we got plate, tubular, viscoline. We got all agitators. We had various type of pumps, hygienic equipment like pump wall fitting, membrane system, fiber screen. So it's complete product portfolio, any process system which is needed either for feed or food. References, we have more than 180 decanters already working for protein industry globally. More than 50 different wet mill process supplied by Alfa Laval for different feedstock. Any questions? No questions? Well explained? So once again, before I leave the stage, I inform, like, if you are looking for either vegetable protein or insect protein, please do contact us. Today we presented only, we focused only on the food side. We have got complete feed processing also, like insect, meat, fish. I invite you all to visit our stall here. We have put up a small stall to interact, to understand more about Alfa Laval. Thank you very much.